Test, test. Hi. Starting soon. Be patient. Starting soon. Yippee! I was vibing so hard, I forgot that I had to actually go live. Hi! Hello! Hello! Hi, everybody. It's so good to see you. Hello. Oh, I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to be back and open these doors and to hang out with every single one of you. Hello. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Jesus. Hello. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for the hype train. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, what? Why is this so? Oh my God. Okay, okay. Hold on. Why? You what? I love you all so much, but you gotta move over there. Go. Over there. Okay. Oh, there you all go. Why are you all the way over there? What do you mean? Why are you all the way over there? Hi! Hello! Hi! Hi! It's so good to see you all. Hello! Hello! Hi! It's so good to be home. It's so good to be home. It's so good to be home. You have no idea. It feels so good to be home after being away for so long. It feels good to be home in the chair that I've marked as my own with the amount of times I've farted in it. Wow, with the with the amount I've sat in it, the cushion perfectly cups my buttocks in the perfect way. It's so good to see you all. Hello. Hi, Zia. Thank you for tier one. And Ezekiel. Oh, thank you for tier one. Oh, it was so nice meeting you at CarrierCon. It was so nice. Thanks for coming by. Mwah. And Cobra, thank you so much for tier 1. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome on. Welcome on in. Hello. Hello. Oh my goodness. It's God. Gosh, it feels like I was jettisoned back into the world of YouTube, and it feels so good. Speaking of which, I'd like to take this moment and politely say that it's not my fucking birthday. It's not my birthday, so you may stop that. You may stop that. It is not my birthday. It is much. It is not my birthday. Thank you very much. Not my. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. Oh, Saloon, thank you so much. Mwah. Hi, Tex. Welcome on in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the tip. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad you liked. I had so much fun on Hot Takes Court. That feels like a million years ago. Oh, I had so much fun hanging out with Maury. And you know, it's always a good time with my bug. I love my bug. I love my girl bug. Yes, hi, Pilla. Hello, hi. Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you all. Let me say, so, Aki, what do you mean happy birthday? It too? It too, Aki? It too? It too? If I didn't find you so hot, I'd actually be upset, but that's fine. Hi! Hello! Hello! Hi, Griff! Thank you for tier 1. Thank you so much. Mwah. Hi, hello. Let me say hi to everybody. Let's see. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. But let's say hi to Tria. Thank you so much for the raid, honey. Welcome on in. Hello, hello. Hi, Tria. Hi, Takagi. Welcome on in. We got some first timers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Mighty Ray, Hanako. Listen, if I miss you, make sure to say hello again. If you want to, you're always welcome to just kind of hang out. But I want to say hi to my peeps, to my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful community members. Hi, it's Jones. Welcome on in. John C. UUB. Welcome on in. Hi, Dadbull. Thank you for your stream streak. Hello, Captain Cats, Purse Pixels. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Morris Bry. Welcome. Hi, Night Briar. Hello, Ellie. Hi, Cool Cat Ellie. Mwah. Hello, hello. Hi, hello, Patient. Hello, Pain. Hello, Baron. Hello, Ultra Squid. Hi, Mercenary Enzo. Welcome on in, Shawad. Welcome on in, Gloria. Shrimp. Glow Shrimp. Glow Shrimp. If you love the booth at CarrierCon, make sure to give all the love to Glow Shrimp, to Gloria, my creative director who made the dream a reality. So big love to Gloria. So make sure to give her all the love. Uh, and we'll get into all that fun stuff. Look, I was a good creator. I actually recorded footage. Can you believe it? I actually did my job for once. I know it's crazy. I can't believe it. Who is she? She really said New Year, New Me. She really said that. Yeah, she really said that. Hi, Emoji Girl. Hello, Samurai Bianco. Hi, Dreamer Ways. Welcome on in. Hello, hello, hello. Obi-Wan Punkupine, welcome on in. Hello, hello. Let me see if I can get through. Make sure I get everybody. Oh, and hello, welcome, Inferno Agents. Welcome, 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 welcome. Death Revolver, hello, hello, hello. Hello, Mental Cobra. Thank you so much for tier 1. If I didn't say it earlier, thank you so much, baby. Mwah. Hi, Galen. Welcome on in. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Hello. Hi, Omni. Hello, Lucade. Hi, Lucade. Welcome on in. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Pilla. Welcome on in. Hello. We love having new faces here. Welcome on in. Hello. Hi, Costa. Welcome on in. Hello, Captain Cats. Welcome on in. Madman, welcome. Proctor, thank you so much for your stream streak, baby. Thank you so much. Always be my birthday. Okay. Okay, buddy. Oh, sure, buddy. Sure. Ken! Hi, Ken. Welcome on in. Hi, welcome on in. Hi, Ken. Mwah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for helping us at CarrierCon. Hello, welcome. And Dingo, thank you so much for tier 1. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. So hello, hello, hello. Angel Sun, Crazy Fingies, hello. Welcome, Lactose, hello. Hello, Emerald, welcome on in. Mega! Hi, Mega. Mwah. Did I get everybody? Who did I miss? Did I miss it? There was a lot of names today. Let me make sure. Did I miss anybody? Honest Virtue, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I tried to get everybody, but there's a lot of words. You know, my reading comprehension, comprehension, comprehension. That's really taking a turn for the worse. So if I missed you, make sure to say hello. I missed you, Grim. I thought I said hello to you. Hi, Grim. Hi, honey. Hello, hello, hello. You can't see him, but my toes are saying hello too. Hi, hello. Hi, Songhan. Hi, Porcupine. Hello, hi. Oh my goodness. Thank you for a level 3 hype train. Hi, everybody. Oh, it's so good to see you all. Hello. Mwah. Hello, hello. Hi, dog. Welcome on in. Hi, Matthew. Hello. Hi. Oh my God. It's so good to see you all. Let me hold on. I was really vibing with this big band Mario music. I thought it was adorable. Okay, we'll do this one. Yeah, there we go. Very into this. I think I'm really into the, I've been really into a Nintendo music kick. So I've been listening to Nintendo music nonstop on the jukebox. It's been good. Um, hello. Oh my goodness. It's so good to see you all. Hi, E Pointer. Welcome on in. Hello. Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much. It's so good to be home. It's so good to be home. It's so good to be home. Oh my goodness. It feels so good to be home. It really does. I know I said that like a million times in a row, but it doesn't matter because it really truly does. I've never I've never had to balance my life in the diner along with my life as a designer to the extent that I've had to do these past few months, and I feel like it feels so right to be back. It feels so good. And of course, I did the movie. I got on a plane on my last day of work and I flew across the country to land just in time for CarrierCon. And we did CarrierCon, and then Don Don came, and then Mama Lala is visiting. She landed yesterday, and then my siblings, my family is coming to visit in a few days. So it don't stop. My life don't stop. But maybe after my family leaves, I'll have a moment of quiet so that I can catch up with a lot of different things. But I'm slowly starting to catch up now that this movie is done, which is the best thing. Cat Sanity, thank you for Prime. Mwah. Oh, how was the con? It was so good. Oh, I can't wait to get into all of it. I have to say, CarrierCon was it's probably one of the smallest conventions I've ever been to in my entire life, right? Like attendance wise, it's definitely one of the smallest. And I gotta say, it's got to be one of my top 5 conventions I've ever been to in my entire life. It's so cool. It's so cool. I was freaking out the entire weekend. I love the location. It is awesome. Like, there is no other convention that is on a World War II ship. So while you're admiring the wonderful booba, your favorite VTuber Oshi, you're also looking at wonderful historic artifacts and you're learning history. And it was really, really cool. I really had such an amazing time at CarrierCon. And obviously, we had the booth, which was a whole new experience. We had tabled at night at the night market at Off Kai before. That's been my only experience ever vending a booth. This time was far more involved. It was a huge project. That's why I really say, big, 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 big spooch to Gloria, who really like I mean, when I tell you I was working 18-hour days, that wasn't just like, I was sitting by my desk for 18 hours. I was on my feet for 18 hours a day. And then I still had to check in with Lala stuff. And I had to maintain, I have to still make sure I eat during the day. I have to do laundry and all this stuff. It was so demanding, this project. And so Gloria really, really executed the idea. We had I had some friends, longtime friends who really helped guide us and give some advice. And then, of course, the usual suspects, Dan and Summer Hub, Dan and Julie, really it really all props to them. I'm a crazy lady, and I'm very grateful that I have people who are even crazier that decide to sacrifice time they'll never get back by hanging out and working with me. So very grateful for them. Oh, but the real question we all need to know is, did you paint yourself as pinup on any of the aircraft? That's a very good question, Jay. Okay, so I'm gonna be real. We didn't. Also, oh my God, I'm so sorry I missed this. Anu, thank you for tier 1. Mwah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thanks, Ursa for the treat. Yes, thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you, thank you. Um, no, we didn't paint myself on any of the aircrafts. That being said, however, we would like to do this next year. Because I would love to come back to CarrierCon next year. And Gloria and I already talked about figuring out how we're going to get a big old Lala pin up on one of these World War II airplanes. How we get on the damn ship? I got, I got things cooking. We are cooking. Yeah, I was like, we really got to do something like that. It was so much fun. It was like, hi, Mr. Devil, welcome on in. Yes, welcome. Yes, we listen. We just opened the door, so I don't know when to start. There's a million things to talk about. I will also first say thank you so much for NME NME and Angel Son and Obi-Wan and Proctor. Thank you so much for your stream streaks and Patient and Dad Bold and Jujus and Samurai Byako and Mighty Ray. Thank you so much for the stream streaks. That's very lovely. Thank you for sticking by. And before we get into all the stuff and catch up, I do want to say a big old heartfelt thanks. Thank you so much for still showing up when I open the doors. I know the schedule of the diner and the operating hours have been super inconsistent the past few months because of work. And I'm very, very grateful that you all hung in there and that you still wanted to show up and hang out with me despite all of that because um, it means a lot. And I felt terrible that I couldn't spend more time with all of you. It was the first time I've ever had to do that kind of a balance, and I learned a lot in the experience. Um, but it feels so good to be back, and it feels really good to be with my community that I adore so much. So thank you guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I really, really appreciate it. So I just want to say that first of all, thank you so much for being so understanding and patient. Um, but I promise I always try doing cool stuff for you guys and things like that because if I'm going to have a good time, I want you to have a good time. I don't want it to be so one-sided, which is how the idea of the booth came around. So, I really really appreciate it. It's so good. Welcome in Josh Guy from Facebook. Hi, I'm not Josh Guy from Facebook. Ah, Josh! Hi, Josh. Welcome on in. Hi, Joshy. Hi. Welcome on in, Josh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you, Josh. Thank you. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. Welcome on in. Hi, Bow Bow. Bow Bow. Welcome. Listen, I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Hi, Hama. Welcome on in. Hello. Hold on. I'm gonna snooze some of these ads for a little bit because I feel like we're just getting started. So anyway, so what do we have going on? So much. Okay, well, first of all, what should we do first? I feel like CarrierCon is a longer conversation. Should I get the announcements out of the way and then we do CarrierCon recap? Is that how we should do this? What's the best way to do this? I feel like that makes a lot of sense. We can spend a lot of time talking about the con, right? Right? It's just for face. It's just the Josh from the Facebook, from the Fache Bouquet. All games all the time. It's true. I've known of the Josh from the Facebook in all the caps for a very long time, and they really have been that way ever since I met them. I'm very very. We're not going to talk about when I met them or when we started yapping a long time ago. A long time ago. Um, but yes. Hi, Mika. Welcome on in. Okay, so let's do announcements first. Let's just do it out of the way. Let's get announcements out of the way, and then we can talk about CarrierCon. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Uh, okay, let's see. I promise I know how to do this. Is that? Hold on, wait a minute. I had this set up and now no work. What happened? Oh, huh. Ah! Nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it. Okay, 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 okay. This. Uh-huh. Ah! Not good. Okay, very good. Very good. Aha! Wowie. Okay, wow, look at this. Woo! What's this? What's this, Miss Lala? Oh, it is official. Oh, let me. Sorry, my cool patooties was just gonna move you down a little bit today, just for a little bit, just for a hot second. I'll pull you over here. I promise I prepped this. Okay. Aha! I happily announce. I'm here to happily announce that your girl, Miss Lala VT of the Diner, uh, has a new plushie drop, and this time we're working with YouTubes. Woo! Woo! I'm so happy. I'm so honored to be working with the wonderful YouTubes, and happy to announce the wonderful Gambit, the incredible super plush that is coming out with YouTubes. We had it at the booth all weekend at CarrierCon. So if you stopped by, you saw the sample in person. But he's so cute. He is adorable. The Gambit, the incredible super and it's all once again, beautiful, beautiful quality. Loved working with them. This has been in development for a long time. So this launches April 3rd. April 3rd. On and and then I think it'll ship out later this year. I think October they said. Right? Let me see. I'm gonna pull this up. I promise that. Oh yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Ha ha! Wow, wow, she. It's like real. Got a whole page and everything. So here we go. Gambit the plush. Woo! Look how cute he is. So he is 9 inches tall. Okay, the release is April 3rd. Colorway is Cherry Sunday. And then we have October 1st to October 31st is when it'll be arriving to you. So it is pre-order. It will be $30, $29.99. And here you go. Here's my son. He's my good boy. Yeah! Okay, so I have to tell you something about this. Uh, the little So the apron and his little bow tie are removable. Not his hat, but his bow tie and apron are removable. My hope is that we can release more accessories so you can change your gambit outfit. You can change your gambit outfit. But it comes off if you want to change, you put little accessories on him. So you can switch it up. So he's so cute. Oh, I'm so happy. So the page says the pancakes are ready and the milkshake's on the way. It'll be here in a snap and delivered by the cutest server around, Gambit! Sitting at 9 inches tall with his hind legs kicked forward to show off heart-shaped paw pads. That's right. He got little heart paws on his little paws. Look at those little paw pads. He's dressed to impress in a red apron, matching bow tie, a diner hat, and a pair of cherries on the front rests above floppy brown ears and large eyes shine above blushing cheeks and long pink tongue hangs from his pale muzzle. The plush is packed to the seams with 100% cotton and made out of minky tricot materials, perfect for cuddling a serving pie with. Yippee! Let me see. Also, hold on. You know what's happening? Hold on. I realize it is kind of blurry, and that's because of the camera. Hold on. Let me just do this. I think that's a little clearer. so you can see. He's so cute. Kitty! Kitty, thank you so much for tier 1. Mwah. Thank you, honey. Thank you. And also, hi, Safe Boy. Welcome on in. Thank you. I hope so too. I hope so too. So, there is I definitely have a goal in terms of these because YouTube's is like, if this goes really well, we'll do it again. We'll do it again. We'll do another drop with you. So, if it does really well, they'll work with me again. And it'd be great. I would love to work with you too. So, it's going to be a big old push. So, it launches April 3rd. It'll be available to order for 4 weeks. Okay, for 4 weeks. And then that'll be all she wrote. And that'll be it. Yeah. So here's the thing. No, I'm not slowly staffing. So here's the thing. Gambit, my adorable little Gambit is. I really tried to staff him. To be honest, I really tried to staff him. I really tried to have him help serve some of the customers' food. But the problem is, this dog, this clever little pooch of mine, would purposely start dropping the food on the ground to eat it. And so, due to the cost liability that my dog is for my business, I've relegated him to mascot of the diner, adorable eye candy, and cuddler extraordinaire, because he's useless at weighing tables. At waiting tables, so it's okay. We found this. We found a purpose. We found a purpose. He's a dog, but we found a purpose. We found a purpose for him otherwise in the diner. So there you go. There you go. Oh, there you promotion. Sure, yeah, that's definitely what I told him. It's definitely a promo. Definitely a promo of sure. Sure. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's scary. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Landon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the throne gift. Mwah. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, honey. Um, Here, I lowered the throne so it's not so loud. I apologize. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, there we go. So that's let me see. I don't know why it thinks. Ugh, my VTS is not working. I work it out. He's the brand ambassador. He sure is. He's a brand ambassador. Oh wait, wait. Does this work? Nope. I don't know why this didn't work. I'm sorry, Grim. But thank you. Thank you, honey. She could chat helps you clone me into a marketable plushie. Please free me from my clone machine by breaking the soda fountain, purchasing me from you too. Oh, that's so cute. And Mosey, thank you for the 5 gifted. What the heck? What the heck? Thank you so much, honey. Thank you. If you received a gifted sub, make sure to thank your gifter because that's nice manners and it's appropriate. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you, honey. I was talking about you the other day to Gloria, actually, because of the idea. There's certain things we're cooking with. So many different ideas. Hi, Galactic. Welcome on in. Hi, Greg. Welcome on in. Time machine silence team. It sure did. It's silent. So, if you're waiting for announcements for this, make sure to sign up for YouTube's mailing list if you want to see. But on April 3rd, mark your calendars because that's when the plushie is officially dropping and it's available for 4 weeks. And we want YouTube to fall in love with the diner so they'll work with us again. Yeah. Yippee! So there you go. It's so cute. I love this. I do have the sample. It is adorable. An excellent quality. I am very particular because you know I love me my plushies. I'm very particular about my plushie quality. I want it to be gorgeous and fabulous. I take my standard very, very seriously. And gorgeous job. They did a really, really great job. The makeshift plush was great. YouTube's is really great. I'm so happy working with these companies. But YouTube's is really cool. So thank you. So excited. I let you all know. You'll know the day it drops, which is the third. How long will it be available for? 4 weeks. 4 weeks. So make sure you get it in before May. Blanc, hi, honey. Mwah. Welcome on in. Hi, Blanc. Welcome. Welcome. So good to see you. So good to see you. Yes. So this will be available for 4 weeks. I'll make sure there's some hand cam streams that I owe you. I have V cards to open. I have product from Dark Side Games I have to open, and I would love to show off the plush on camera. On camera. So I'll show you that in the future. So keep your eyes out and make sure to let everybody know. So today we have this announcement, and then I have one more announcement. What? There's one more announcement? Yeah, there's one more announcement. There's one more announcement. Where are my magic? Where my magic community members at? Who's going to MagicCon? Who's in Las Vegas? Who's coming? Hi, Snowflake! Thank you so much for tier 1. Mwah! Thank you. Thank you, honey. Thank you. I hope you've been well. Yeah. Okay, we have one more. Okay? One more announcement. Okay? We have one more big announcement, which is really cool because I can't believe this is happening. Okay. Wait. Why is this not working? Hold on. He's here. Hold please. Technical difficulties. What happened with you? I don't know. I had to. Aha! Sorry. Here we go. Uh, I'm officially a creator with MagicCon, and I'm having a meet and greet at MagicCon Las Vegas. Yippee! Woo! Your girl's like an official, I'm like doing the thing with magic. Yippee! Yippee! I'm so excited. Yeah. So if you play Magic and you find yourself at MagicCon Vegas, know that I will be there and I will be doing a meet and greet. So be sure to come by. Really, really appreciate it. Oh God, you're oh, come on. If I was pregnant, you think I would just be casual about that announcement? Pfft, you know I throw a parade that goes from coast to coast. Come on. You know me. If I'm going to do an announcement like that. Silly little announcement if I was pregnant. Come on, you know.
Hello,
Man,
Miss Lala.
these
Congrats on
dogs.
MTG Vegas. I've recently picked up a hobby of going around asking streamers the same question. What's the oldest thing in your fridge? And how long has it been in there?
So we had a friend staying in our apartment while we were traveling for the movie, and I would have a better answer for you, but she took it upon herself to clean out the fridge of some really old condiments that probably have been there since I moved into this apartment. uh so right now I think the oldest thing it's right outside of the fridge, so I hope that helps. But I tried making limoncello in 2020 because, in between playing Animal Crossing, baking bread, and wiping my ass with apparently sandpaper because there is no toilet paper in the United States, I went foraging in my neighborhood and got a lot of lemons. And so I decided it was a good idea to try making limoncello. So I let the lemon peels ferment in the limoncello for like 3 years. And that's sitting on my counter still. So it's officially 6 years old. If it looks brown, I think that's a good sign.
Right now, the standing record is a 4-year-old jar of pickled onions out of 55 streamers asked, I think we have a new record.
No! Don't shame me like that! Don't shame me like that! Don't shame me like that! I literally still have the lemon peels and the limoncello. It's like brown. That seems like a good color. I'll take a picture. Thank you, Yuzu. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Everybody got weird kind of science experiments, you know. I did think it was strange that when I picked it up the other day, it growled at me, but you know, I thought that maybe it was part of the fermentation process. I don't know. When did it come out of the fridge? It's never been in the fridge. Unless you count the Everclear that I used to ferment the lemon peels in. No. I think, well, the lemons were in the fridge at one point. I think. I have put it in the fridge, and then I took it out of the fridge, and then I put it back in the fridge. And I think it makes. Anyway, come have drink at the bar at the diner. We have very good beverage. You can trust me. I'm also a bartender. What? I think I'm very convincing. Do we have a liquor license? Yeah, I mean, I know that I'm a New Yorker, but yes, I know how to drive. If that was the question. I can put liquor in my hand, but that sounds like a very dangerous idea, and I'm not supposed to do that. Yeah. Anyway, so I hope that answers that. But yay, MagicCon, yippee! Yippee! Also, Etu! Hi, nice to see you. Thank you so much. So nice to see you again, Etu. Hi, it's so good to see you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I want you to know, Etu, that actually, the next day, as we were waiting for the Uber to come for Melisande, for her Uber to come, we were debating once again the centaur. At what point is human? What point is horse? Question. Um, until she left for the airport. So I just would like to report back that that conversation has haunted me since we had it. Hi, Timothy. Welcome on in. Hi. Hi. I had a liquor. Oh my
You know,
goodness.
with all the jokes we make about Domettes and their foot, nothing will really beat the lobster poutine at Citi Field. In face. Hey Lala, does the diner offer poutine? Can I get it on a real New York dog?
Wait a minute. You can only get my poutine on your New York dog if your name is Mr. Don Don, okay? Because I'm happily married, first of all. Secondly, happy opening day! Yesterday, today. It's all amorphous. Happy opening day, everybody. I mean, yes, welcome. Yes. Yes, hello. Hello. Yes, happy opening day. Happy opening day. Also, happy opening day. And the Mets won 11-7 in the opening day game. I'm so proud of my boys. They did very, very good. They did very, very good. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You meant the food? Yes, I know. Don Don likes to eat out a lot too. Is that I'm still answering the question. He'll dine in too. Actually, we had takeout. We did. Listen, we did. You know what? Listen. You know what? Wow. Wow. Look at it. Wow. You know what? Wow. Look, MagicCon. 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 Wonderful. 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 How about them Mets? Yes, there we go. Yes. And a gay hockey night allowed the. Yes. I heard about this. I heard that Pride Night happened at a hockey game and the Islanders won. Congratulations to the Islanders for being true allies. Congratulations. 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 I actually will be able to catch Pride Night at City Field in June. I'm very excited about that. So I'm so excited to go to Pride Night at City Field. I want to see Lindor wearing some cut off little booty shorts and with his Pride jersey again. Yay. Yay. Yay! Yay! Gotta go. Yes. Listen. Yes. Listen. Oh, what deck you're playing match? My husband was. Oh, thanks for the tip, Snowflake. I will be bringing what decks? I haven't decided. I always bring Ren and Seri. I always bring my favorite commander deck. I always bring Ren and Seri. I might bring Shieldred for something more competitive. And I don't know. I'll have to see. I have to see. I would love to have I would like to have a new deck by the time the MagicCon rolls around. I'd like to have a new deck. I've had some that have been kind of in progress, but none that I've really like finalized. Like I've been slowly trying to work on my the Is It Otters from Bloomborough, so spell slinging otters. I've been working on my Aerith Gainsborough deck from Final Fantasy. I've been working on my uh uh I've been trying to upgrade my dog meat deck. And then what's the other one I wanted to do? What's the other deck? I had a brain fart. I think that's it. Those are the main ones I really wanted to work on. There might be more. I haven't decided. But yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna try and do that. Yeah. Don Don the vegetarian. Oh, I'm gonna use that from now on. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Enzo. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, are you still in production or can we? I am done with the movie. So that means that schedule goes back to business Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. There you go. And I think the opening hours are going to be 3 p.m. ET, 3 p.m. PT, 6 p.m. ET. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. If there's anything new, you'll find out. Like, for instance, tomorrow. I have to put it in the Discord, but tomorrow, we're already back to business. I got my first collab back. And I will be hanging out with Porcelain Maid. I'm doing Porcelain Parlor with Porcelain Maid with Joel, which I'm very excited about. So I'll be hanging out with Joel tomorrow on his stream, and I'll make sure that you'll have all that information so you can come and hang out. But so good. Hi, Dragon. Welcome on in. What else? What else? What else? What else do we have coming up? But that's. I mean, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Kind of stuff. But that's here we go. This is let me make sure this is Gambit YouTube's plush launch April 3rd. I forgot to do this. Aha. There we go. Yay. There you go. Okay, so thank you for all of this. Now we can go back to it. I have more things to yap about. Wow, wow, wow. So, CarrierCon. I feel like there's so much to talk about CarrierCon. Let me tell you, I have not socialized with VTubers in a long time, and it was great. It was wonderful. I loved it. It was a wonderful time. Let me bring all of you back up here too. Thanks for your patience. Where's my wonderful community members? There's a lot of things I gotta talk to you guys about. Okay. So CarrierCon. So okay. Hi, S'mores. Welcome on in. Hi. Hello. Hi, David Dino. Welcome on in. Hi. Hello. Did I never? Okay. Oh no! Oh, give me a second. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. Oh, I gotta be right back. So sorry. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. So sorry. 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 Okay, I'm back. Scatter. Hello. Okay. CarrierCon. So hi, Wyatt. Welcome on in. So, okay. Sorry about that. My phone died. Went catatonic. Mm. Oh my goodness. So, the last time, what was my last event? My last in-person event was TwitchCon in October. TwitchCon in October was the last like time I was hanging out with like VTuber friends and stuff. So, um, so my dream has always been, and I feel like I've talked about this here in the diner, but my dream, I want to, my big dream is to bring the diner experience to life. I want it to be one of those immersive. Who's been to San Diego Comic Con? Who's been to San Diego Comic Con? Hi, Doris. Welcome on in. Hi, Epsilon. Yeah. So, listen, at San Diego Comic Con, they do these really high production value live activations, right? They've done it for Godzilla, they've done it for Blade Runner, where they like make almost like a movie set and you get to like hang in there and there's like a scene and there's all this stuff. Like I want the big IRL diner built at a convention. Like I want that big event. Oh, Songvei, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. Welcome. Hello. Hello, welcome. Welcome. Hi, Raiders. My name is Miss Lala. I'm a 1950s diner waitress VTuber serving up fun in the 21st century. It is so nice to have you in. It's our first time having the doors open in quite a while, and we were just talking about CarrierCon. I was just getting into CarrierCon, and my creative director and I were there this weekend, and we did a big booth for the diner. And so we were just yapping about that. But welcome on in. I hope you had a wonderful time, Songvei. Thanks for bringing your community over. It's very nice of you. Welcome. Yeah. Yeah, welcome. Raids. Yes, if you have to raid and run, no worries. If you want to hang around, you're more than welcome to. Yeah. You're more than welcome to. So yes, so at Comic Con they do all these crazy big immersive things, right? You know, and so I was like, wow, I wanna do something like that. And one day, right? Because to be completely honest, like when you're talking about something like that, you're talking about like $500,000. You're talking about 200, 300, maybe even $500,000. You're talking about a huge financial investment, right? And so I was like, that seems like a very far away dream, and I don't know if it can happen. But for me, if there is a will, there is a way, and once I lock in on something, I can't let it go. I feel like I've proven that many times over and over. If I want something to happen, I will absolutely make it happen. And so for me, that's been a big dream of mine. And so, uh, you know, we've been we first experimented at 2024's off Kai, where we had a table. We didn't theme it too much in terms of the diner, whatever. It was the first time tabling ever. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for gifting us up to Hannah. Thank you. Mwah. And thank you for the hydrate too. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And so I am on the TikToks, so it's probably likely you've seen me there, Steel Weaver. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My I wanted to bring that to life. So when we were at Off Kai, we did the night table, and we did pretty decently considering that I had all the commercial rights, saw the artwork, we saw the mugs, kind of thing, and it was just like a little bit of an experiment, right? We're like, okay, that's not too bad. But then I've been thinking, I was like, okay, we did that, but what if we like brought the diner to life? How do we do that? I would love to do that, and I really kind of didn't know how to do it. And I have a very, very dear friend, Inkwell Illustrations, who I know who has a beautiful convention set up that is very on brand for his artwork and his taste. And I went out to brunch with him and his partner Sang, who's also a wonderful artist and also does an adorable booth setup. And they're longtime friends of mine, right? Inkwell is the person who did the wonderful playmat art and card sleeves art. They did that beautiful splash art. They're an amazing artist. They've done work for Lorcana, for Riot, all this stuff, right? And so I was like, "Oh, I don't know what to do. I really have this idea, but I feel kind of stuck on how to like execute it." And they were so excited and they're like, "You if you need anything, let us help you out." They're like, "You could really do X, Y, and Z." They're like, if you really want to do this, think about it and let us know." And I was like, "Okay." Um and then I had a meeting with Panini and I talked to Panini about all these different ideas. And I was like, maybe one day I can do a Panini. And Panini says, "Why not now? Why are you waiting for tomorrow? Just do it now." She's like, "You always do like cool stuff. Don't wait. Just do it." Like she really was that encouraging, Panini. Formerly the director of talent at Vishojo, but also just now living her best freelance fab life. We love Panini. She's an excellent good bean. And so I was like, okay, cool. So then uh Gloria and I met. Gloria and I met also through Iron Mouse. We met at Iron Mouse's meet and greet at Anime Expo last year. And then Gloria was very sweet and made some fan art of me. And I met her in person at Lightbox Expo, and we started talking and all this stuff. And Gloria helped me with a brand deck, and I really loved the experience working with her. And I was like, okay, I have this big project, and if all works well, then I think we should work together more seriously. And I'd love to onboard you as creative director. And that big project really was this booth. And so, um, I was pretty confident after working on the brand deck with her, more like she did the brand deck and I provided all the information for it. Um, and immediately started planning kind of what this looked like. And Inkwell and Sang put their little heads together and they came up with a little bit of a concept for us. And we're like, okay, cool. And then Gloria and I took this concept and then we turned it into a whole other thing. We had we wanted it to feel like you were stepping into the diner. We really wanted to bring that Disneyland level customer service and theming experience. We didn't want it to just be like, here's a cool booth where you can buy, which we could have done. But we also really wanted it to be an experience. Like when you come, you feel a little bit like you're actually in the diner. So we made sure that Gloria works with Sabrina. Sabrina's a wonderful artist who designed and built the diner environment. We love Sabrina. Um, and they got like the images printed on fabric as the background, almost to like scale in a way. And then planned the layout and we got all kinds of little accessories. Gloria made, if you've bought merch from me in the past, if you come to a meet and greet, I usually give a little guest check as a thank you note with every order or with every interaction. And Gloria was like, it's time we make some custom Lala ones. So Gloria made some custom guest checks. And we had that a little like spinny diner rotation receipt holder. So we would take your order, you would order off a menu at the booth, which was the merch menu, inspired by the menu that's in the trailer that is YouTube and trailer. And you order it via the menu. You place your order. We take your order. It gets placed on the little like diner rotation ticket holder. We fulfill it, and then when it's ready, we'd ring the bell and be like, "Orders up! Order number 33," for instance. And so you would have like that as part of your experience when you purchase something. And oh, thank you for the stretch. Thank you. Hey, old school, welcome on in. Hi, Diamond Blue Book. Thank you so much for your stream streak. Thank you. Thank you for evaluating cars. Thank you. Thank you. Right? Isn't that what that is? Diamond Blue Book? Isn't that like a car evaluation service or something? uh, but we did that and we had the signs up and it was crazy. We had the reason why we wanted to do this at CarrierCon was that CarrierCon is a smaller con and we wanted it to be it was the first time we were doing something like this, so we wanted to experiment with the execution of it, right? Because it's like, oh, if this happened and we were just feeling it out and we did it at a larger convention, I feel like it'd be far more stressful between foot traffic and not knowing what to do, blah, 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 versus doing an experiment at a smaller convention where if there was some kind of, like some things that we needed to change or figure out, we could do so, right? Like, for instance, it was the first time we were putting the booth together because I was traveling for work and, Gloria and I were literally across the country from one another. And so we didn't have time to be like, okay, let's put the booth together and see like if there's anything we're missing or whatever. Right. It was all done at CarrierCon on the first day, like on day 0, we were the last ones to finish setting up. And then on the very last day of the conventions, we were the last ones to leave to pack up. So we learned a lot. But that's why it was really important to do it at CarrierCon. And also CarrierCon, what I loved is the theme, and of course it's a 1940s World War II ship. And so I felt like it was very appropriate to do something like that at CarrierCon. And it was wonderful and it was really great. But that was part of the reason we wanted to do at CarrierCon, because we wanted to first do it, see what we needed to improve, and then now I'm to say that we are overwhelmed is um an understatement. We were so emotional throughout the entire weekend because everybody was so sweet and so excited about what we did. Um, and it was cool because, to Gloria's point, people thought we actually sold food. We were taking like a lunch break on Saturday. Like, I had DoorDash pizza because one of the community members, Foamy recommended, "Oh, you should go to this pizza spot. It's really, really good." And so we ordered the pizza from there, and it was, first of all, delicious. And secondly, we were just having a break to eat, and people were like, "So you do sell food?" I was like, "No, I don't sell food." They're like, "Then what's the menu and what's the pizza?" I was like, "The menu is for the merch and the pizza's for my mouth." Like, those are two entirely different things. Those are two entirely different things. It's your little bony name? Oh, I love MLP. I love MLP. Okay, now I know. Now I know. Well, welcome on in, Diamond. Yeah. Um, happened so many times. The other thing was that during CarrierCon, there was issues with like the water fountains, and it was like hot, and people were wearing like, because it's this ship, this aircraft carrier. You had a lot of people doing like military themed cosplays, or like there was a lot of hell divers. There was even a power armor from Fallout 4. And so people wearing these really heavy costumes, and there was like no water. They like kind of ran out of water on Saturday, which was a problem, obviously. And we couldn't really leave because it was just the two of us. So I had actually ordered jugs of water for ourselves because I was already feeling, oh my God, my throat was killing me by the end of the weekend because I was talking so much, but also I was laughing so much, like for good reasons. But you know me, I'm notorious for never drinking water. And so Gloria was like, make sure we get regular water so that you're drinking. I was like, okay, okay. So we got water delivered and we had these big jugs, and we were refilling our water bottles and all this stuff. And besides asking us for pizza, people started being like, "Are you selling your water?" And we're like, "No, why are we selling our water?" They're not small water bottles. It's one of these big jugs that we keep on refilling. They're like, "Please give us your water." And we're like, it's our water. So the most we could do is that we had hand fans and fans with us. So we would try to lend them to cosplayers who stopped by the booth because these poor people, they were fucking dying in their costumes. I was wearing a little dress. And I was fucking melting my tits off. You know what I mean? It was so hot. It was horrible. It was very warm. Sunday was a lot cooler, I will say. By the evening it was chilly, but in the middle of the day it was very, very warm, I feel. Yeah. Mhm. I will say, oh, thank you for the hydrate. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mm, mm, mm. Thank you, thank you. Is this why anime need headless lounge like us for? Well, I do think that would be. I do think that they definitely, if they're being mindful, like next year, to maybe think about getting, those coolers that have like you put the big jugs of water on top. I think it's worth getting something like that and having them at multiple positions on that ship, only because it was very warm. And when you have a lot of bodies, right, temperature rises and things like that. So I did take some pictures on the top deck, though, on the flight deck, which was cool. But it was literally cool, as in like it was a breath of fresh air because it was very cool up. It was very cool up there because of the fresh air and the wind and the breeze and all that stuff. And I was like, oh my god, I'm like wiping off the sweats from my underboobs, and flicking it all over these World War II ships, being like, oh, free, I'm free, freedom, freedom. Because it was so hot in the ship, but it was great. Um, but besides the heat in the water, I had a great time, and Gloria did too. I feel like I'm not speaking for her because she told me time and time again. We had a lovely time. Um, so I guess I could show you some stuff, huh? I could show you some video stuff. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. We'll go over here. You can move the camera again. Okay. Who's that? Who's that broad? Who's that? RTX model. Oh, let me. Sorry, everybody. We'll make you small again. So we will put you down here. We'll put the cuties over here. Sorry. Yeah. I had to go back of oh hey Blaze, welcome on in. Hi Blaze, welcome on in. Oh my god. Blaze and Ezekiel were one of two of my favorite people all weekend. They're just such sweetie pies. I loved meeting them. Uh so it was so hot. My hair totally fell. I think I was there for like an hour and my hair did not stay in its normal hairstyle. It was ready like, nope, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm hot. That was my hair did. Okay, let's see. Can you hear this? Can you hear that? Or no? Maybe I need to do this. Hold on. Ah! That is not what I wanted to do. You. Nope. Incorrect. Incorrect. Uh. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the compliments. Let me try and figure out what the heck. How do I figure out the audio over here? Can you hear that? Whoa. Okay, I think you can hear it now. Okay, there we go. Whoa, sorry. Yep. Lowering. There you go. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, I think this is better. Okay, we're gonna walk you through. So this is like a light little tour of what the experience was like at the booth. Okay, there we go. Look how cute Gloria is. Oh yeah, I had to wear a sailor hat. Cause we're on a ship. I don't know how to react to myself. I feel so awkward. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Gloria did that. So we recorded that like the morning of the first day. And then we shared it on socials and then we were busy all weekend. Yay! We were busy all weekend. I'm so grateful. I really had no idea how it was gonna go. It was really awesome. Um, oh, I can come. Oh, thank you so much. So actually, what ended up happening is that I had to also. Oh, Bravango, thank you so much for tier 1. Mwah! Yeah, I'm so sorry I missed that. Hello. We had to step away for a panel because I did a panel. That was the other thing I experimented at CarrierCon. I did my first styling panel, and it was like isekai your wardrobe, how to take vintage styling tips into your closet in the 21st century. And so that was the title of the panel. And people showed up. I was very surprised. I thought maybe not even a single person was going to come. And I'm not just saying that. I genuinely thought that because, people, when they come to anime cons, they want to meet voice actors. They want to learn about what they can do better about their content if they're creators. They want to talk about a certain show. They want, and so I didn't know if anybody was going to be interested in my panel. And lo and behold, people were. And it was really nice to do it. And, I'm really grateful. Thank you for coming. Thank you. And it was a lot of fun, and what I really enjoyed was I learned, so I did a lot of text in the presentation, and I think the next time I'll do it, I'll have a lot of photos to actually show what I'm talking about so people know what I'm saying when I'm talking about specific things. And I think when I opened it up to the floor for people to like ask questions, that was a better way to dive into certain questions that people would have. And so it was a very good learning experience for me. And I was very grateful that people showed up. I was very, very honored that people took time out of their con day to come and see the panel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Blaze. Thank you. So, any plans to bring the diner to TwitchCon? So, I mean, I would love to bring the diner to a future convention. I think it all depends on the future conventions that are interested in working with us. I know. So the next convention I'm going to definitively in person is MagicCon. I will be, if you're going to WeebCon, I will have a meet and greet at WeebCon, but I will not, unfortunately, be there in person. I will be let's see, and then the next con after that, I believe, is OffKai, because I'll be at OffKai, Anime Expo. We are waiting to see about Anime NYC. I'm trying to make that work. I believe I will be in person at a convention called OnKey. It's a new VTuber convention. And then TwitchCon. So I am hoping we are going to see what we can work out for what convention. And the minute that I know, I will let everybody know. I will say, ever since this convention, Gloria and I have not stopped cooking. We have been throwing ideas back and forth all day, every day, all this stuff. Oh, Kimiko! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, hello. Hi, Kimiko. Hi, honey. Welcome on in. Hold on. Let me meet you. Yeah! Lunch rush! Lunch rush! Lunch rush! Welcome! Hi, Kimiko. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Miss Lala. I'm a 1950s diner waitress VTuber serving up fun in the 21st century. It is so nice to have you all in. Welcome, 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 welcome. We were just recapping the events from CarrierCon, which is a convention last weekend that I went to and did a booth at, and so we were talking all about that. So nice to see you. Let me welcome in your community by telling you a little bit about the diner. And perfect timing, because you can see the Easter egg that got tied into our booth. Enjoy. Oh my god, this cover's so heavy. Open it. Oh my goodness, can a gal get some air in here? My god. Oh, hi. My name is Miss Lala. I'm a 1950s diner waitress VTuber serving up fun in the 21st century. Welcome to my diner. I like to think of this joint as a sanctuary for fun, chaos, and good times. At least that's what my community, the Grease for Gremlins, like to think. No, hey! Anyway, I'm a born and raised Puerto Rican New Yorker. Experimenting and using creativity in different ways has always been exciting to me, which is how I got started VTubing. Wait a minute. Whoa! Now, the menu here is always packed with flavor, from variety gaming to gabbing it up with my gremlins, and even highlighting my passion for fashion. There's a little something for everyone that's sure to hit the spot. Around here, we're always cooking something up fun and fabulous. Trust me, coffee ain't the only thing that I'm serving. And don't be fooled by the aesthetics. This diner is all about vintage style, not vintage values. The diner is a home for everyone, and there will always be a stool at the counter waiting for you. So what are you waiting for? So thanks for giving this diner darling a chance. I hope you'll find my company like a fresh baked pie. Warm, sweet, and perfectly messy. What was that? Wait a minute, stop using the soda gun as a potato! Thank you for the raid. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Thank you. So I have actually. So look, I was a good stream. Look, I was a good creator. This time, actually, for the first time, I ended up doing a recording footage for a vlog that I will make and put on the YouTubes, so I can show you some of the things that would happen. For instance, this was like, let's see. I'm trying to see. Oh, this was when we first got there, I think. Let me see. So yes, this is where the convention was. It's literally on a ship. It's literally on a ship. It's literally on a ship. It's so cool. Okay, watch. So I walked up the galleyway. Hold on. Where's the video of the thing? Is this where we did it? Is this it? Hold on. Where's the video of the thing? Is this it? There's like one of these is the video of me. Well, anyway, it's literally on a ship. It's literally on a ship, guys. It's literally on a ship. I got. It's literally on an aircraft carrier. It's so awesome. I don't know who's in this video. I gotta make sure I'm not doxing nobody. I let this camera run too much. Okay, making sure. So they had this thing that literally it was a lift. So it was like a little Disney. Like we had to load all our stuff up and it would go up and down. It's all that crap. Look how cute. I can't get Gloria's so cute. She's so cute. We did not get to sleep on the ship. CarrierCon was very sweet, and they provided accommodations for Gloria and I. However, you can totally sleep on the ship, which is so cool. And knowing that, I would maybe ask you about that in the future. But you can totally sleep on the ship, which is so cool and totally haunted. I didn't get to do a ghost tour because we were so busy, but I would totally want to do a ghost tour of this dang ship. Um, but yeah, we did. Literally like this was our setup. Let me see if I could do this. So my big old hiney. I got that. I got that Pixar. Look at that. Listen, these pants make me feel like I got that Pixar mom booty. Hold on, where's your show? I'll find my booty. Look at that. That's she wide hiney, wide hiney. Anyway, okay, so this was us. We saw some friends. Let me show you. Oh, you see, and we got some information about the things around us. I did not stay on it. I wish it was. Yeah. Yeah. I think I wish it was not. I muted this for now so that I could just talk you through this because the audio I think is kind of crazy sounding. But it was so cool. We got to learn a little bit. What was this? Oh, this is all our crap. More crap. We had so much stuff. And like I said, we were trying to figure out how it all kind of went together. What's this? Oh yeah, this was us like setting up. Oh yeah. I think the volume's a little better, right? This is a little better. See, we're setting it up. I got to sleep in the Hornets, shared a stateroom with a friend, and got too much. Oh, shut up, Blaze! You got to stay on the ship. That's so cool. That's so cool. I want to do that. That's awesome. I want to do that so badly. That's so cool. Oh, this is when I looked at the sign up with the background for the first time. They were doing sound check for the concert. Rest in peace, headphone users. I'm getting emotional again. Anyway, I don't care if people are tired of seeing about this on social media because I'm so happy and so proud. Like so much work went into this. Look, you see we had a little acrylic display. That Gambit was on this like turning table thing so we could preview the plush at the con so people could see it. We had 2 standees. We had the food props that I got to take pictures with, which was a lot of fun. Oh, that was nothing. It was really lovely. Oh my god, and then R2D2 came to the booth. It was great. Oh my god. I want you to know that I fucking love cute robots. It's actually it literally makes my brain. It's the same reaction I have to plushies is to adorable robots. Like obsessed with Wally. I love all the droids in Star Wars. Like I love tiny little robots. I freak out because they're the cutest little things. And so it doesn't matter. Do I know that there's someone remoting and piloting this thing? Yes. Do I give a fuck? I don't give a fuck. Let me have my goddamn whimsy. No, for as far as I'm concerned, R2 is legitimately talking to me and being very flattered that I fed him a French fry and then I was trying to riz him up. Okay, so let a girl have a goddamn whimsy. I had a great time. I mean, meeting R2, I lost it. Yeah, and I have seen the in-person wall. I always end up crying. I just get so overwhelmed with feelings. I just start crying. I can't help it. I got anything yet. Oh, yeah, I had a little note where it's like, "Have a wonderful day," and, like, the LED screen. It was so cute. It was so cute. Oh, Bird Brain, welcome on in. It was honestly, this is, like, my favorite thing. I was gonna, like, smooch it, but I didn't wanna get my lipstick on on R2 and it be a cleanup problem. But that was so great. Oh my god. I mean, literally, like, there was, both veterans and museum volunteers who came by and so this is Steven. He worked on the ship, but he also is a veteran. Like that was the coolest thing. Like it wasn't only like VTuber fans who came up. There were so many people who were just like families, veterans, just casual museum goers who came this weekend. And they stopped by the booth and they're like, "What is this?" And then I got to talk about VTubing and introduce the concept of VTubing to a bunch of different people. And it was so cool and it was so nice. I loved uh, it was really cool talking about all kinds of just like stories. So many people got to share, like, oh, my grandparent this or something like that, or, my uncle is really into refurbishing vintage cars. There was just so many personal anecdotes that were shared with me this weekend, and I will treasure that. And I think that's what makes it so fun doing this is that people are so compelled to connect and to share, and that is wonderful. It really is truly wonderful. And I did this movie, and overall it was a positive experience, but at the same time I did have a lot of struggles where there were certain people who worked on the movie, and it reminded me why I wanted to take a step back from movie making a little bit, because it's not as creatively satisfying as it once was once upon a time. And so, coming off of that experience, which I was working really long days, really long hours, so much stress, and then coming to CarrierCon, it was like a vacation in comparison. It was so, like, even though we were working all weekend, it was so joyful and so much fun. We had such a great time. It was wonderful. A size of a con does not dictate the level of fun you'll have at it. Um, so let's see. Like, for instance, this is when I was on the oh, and so look, I took pictures. I took pictures on the flight deck. It was so fun. I will, and then look. I was trying my hand at taking some peanut pictures. Some peanut pictures. When I was taking some peanut pictures. Oh, here is it here? Oh yes. See, I was trying to take some. Yuki! Hi, Yuki! Hi, honey. Hi, Yuki. Welcome on in. Thank you. I will let you in on a little secret about this dress. This one. So many people are like, "Wow, I love that outfit." I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind where I got this outfit from. I'm gonna blow your mind if I can find a picture of it or a video of it or whatever it is. Anyway, this dress, right? This dress, right? Hold on. Okay, this dress. This whole outfit. The hat, the cardigan, the dress, and the shoes are all from Amazon. They're all from Amazon. And it just goes to show that it's all how you put something together to make it look really great in order to, that's what matters. It's how you style something and put something together. You know what I mean? I take the time. I stayed up till 3 o'clock on Friday night pressing fabrics for the booth, and I was steaming my dress and pressing my dress, ironing my dress. And I did that with my cardigan. And I was wearing undergarments that cinched my waist. And I was wearing a little belt. And I put little bobby pins in my little hat and added the brooch to the hat to style it. I was wearing my petticoats. I was wearing my little shoes that I always wear with my Lala meet and greets. It's all about how you put something together. That was like what the whole point of my thing. The outfit that I wore on the second day. Oh, I loved telling people this. So the outfit I wore on the second day, which was this outfit, let me show you. This outfit, which you can't really see it. Hold on. This outfit. Hold on. I show. Oh, here. Oh, yeah, Chloe TBT. Don't hear me. I'm very shy about. Okay. Okay, so this outfit. Okay, this outfit. This one. Okay. I'm reusing the cardigan from Amazon. The dress I got for $10 at a flea market. $10 dress. Shoes, $5. You don't need to spend. The most expensive thing I was wearing was my hairpiece, which is faux florals. You don't need to spend a lot of money to look fabulous. I really fundamentally believe that. I have money to spend on lads because I make sure I'm frugal with my fashion. I got to support my little baby daddy, Silas, all the time. So that's where I want to funnel my money. Okay? Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Lala. Oh yeah! Oh my God! Hold on. Can we give some love? Can we give some love to Gloria? Look at. Thank you, Lala and Gremlin, so much for letting me be a part of the diner. It's been so much fun bringing the diner to life. It's been so creatively fulfilling. I can't wait to bring so much more to you all. It is so we're cooking so many different ideas. Yeah. Yeah. The shoes for this outfit, so this outfit, these are true vintage 1960s flats heels that I actually got from a costume house that was going out of business. So I actually got two shoes for $5, which is crazy. And then uh you know uh everything else. And the shoes from the first outfit are from Amazon. I'm actually gonna There were so many people who were like, "Oh my god, where do you get this?" So I'm gonna probably put together not an Amazon wish list, but I will put together like a referral link thing so that I will literally tell you the products that I use. I will show you the items I have gotten from Amazon that I actually really like. And so they are tried and true Lala staples. I happily do that for everybody. And then, we take a little from the overlord Jeff Bezos who put it in my pocket instead of his, you know. I want to do that so that when people are like, "Oh, where you get this stuff?" I was like, literally, this is head to toe Amazon. Just because it's from Amazon doesn't mean that it doesn't work. Okay. I'd rather you be able to eat and still look great than feeling like you have to pay $300 for a t-shirt. Because there's people like that out there. And I think that's fucking ridiculous. So I say that even though I want a designer purse that definitely costs like a lot of money. But that's okay. I'm allowed to want that. I just don't want you to have to be forced to make a choice. Okay. So I got Q50 style dress from Amazon for Halloween. Yes, that's the thing. Like, here's the thing. You got to know what you want, right? Like for me, I knew that whenever I do a meet and greet at a convention, I really want it to be super, super like I want to when I wear an outfit, I want it to feel like it's one of my like avatar's outfits. You know what I mean? That's why I do it. Very commonly I'll wear like an outfit inspired by this model. Um and that's why I wanted to do like a sailor inspired red and white and black outfit for CarrierCon for when I had a meet and greet, which was the other outfit. And then I'm cooking for Off Kai. If we can get the booth going for Off Kai, we'll have to see. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to be better about not spoiling secrets. But anyway, so that's that. Look, also once again, look, the panel was in a ship. It was like in the captain's meal hall or something. Like this was so cool. I just couldn't. I was like freaking out the entire time. I was like, this is so cool. I'm on a ship. I'm on a ship. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is a very special. Okay, wait. Is this okay? So I had a very special moment at CarrierCon, which was so. Of course, like I've had friends like Ugu Bear, who's a VTuber who's a Twitch ambassador and a lovely artist. They made a print and a keychain of myself, and they've sold it at their booth. But I've never had like a complete stranger do any kind of fan merch of me. I don't assume nothing about myself. I've had wonderful people be so sweet and do fan art of me, but I've never seen like a random fan merch moment, right? I've never had that at a convention until CarrierCon. On Sunday morning, um, somebody came up to me. Her name's Mabel, and she came up to me and she was like, "Hey, so my brother is actually a really big, long time fan of yours and didn't know you were coming to CarrierCon. And so when they saw that you were here, they got really excited. They went home because they had their own booth at CarrierCon. They went home after their long day of vending at CarrierCon, went home, drew like art, made a keychain like to sell and came back the next day And they gave me, and so she was like, "Hey, so we wanted you to have this because, but he's very shy. He's very shy and nervous to come up and talk to you. And you know me, I talk to like, I can talk to a corner for 5 minutes with nothing there to entertain myself but my own voice. And so I talk to everybody. So they were too shy. And I was like, oh, well, that's unacceptable. No way. That's completely unacceptable because I started to cry. I got so emotional because I've never had that happen before. And you have to understand, I get so excited. Like my mom knows about my sister. Like I'm always updating my family when stuff like this happens because it's so surreal for me. And it is such a joy and such a gift to be able to connect with so many of you all the time. And anytime I get a fan art, I always show my family because I think it's so cool. It's the sweetest thing in the whole wide world. And so Gloria and I made a mission to surprise him. And so we snuck. So that's this. So tried recording a little bit of that. So this cute, adorable keychain. They did a chibi lala in this outfit, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so cute!" And right here, that's a little keychain of Goober that of me. That's very cute, but I never so I need to surprise them. Okay, so then we snuck. We did a sneaky sneak. These videos aren't loading, but you'll see it in the vlog when it's all done. Mr. Demo is helping me with the vlog with CarrierCon, but this was Amy, such a cutie. This is Philly, the artist. Let the record state that I was inspired by the way that Nintendo approaches their character design. I was not specifically inspired by any kind of particular Nintendo character. Let the record show that I was inspired by the way they approach design. Okay? Just saying. Okay? I want people to use this clip and be like, a word. She totally is Paulie. That's not true. That's not fucking true. Okay. I love Nintendo. I love how Nintendo has created an iconic group of characters by being very consistent with how they approach design. And I've always adored it. I've always adored it. Okay, I love a simple but bold kind of memorable thing. That's why I didn't want a million details on my design. And also, if I can be totally honest and transparent, I was like, also, if I don't add 10 million details, that means it'll be so much easier to commission art with. It'll be so much easier to commission art with because they're not having to draw like 17,000 little stars that are jingling in a little glass around my hip or something. Like, you know what I mean? So, Luna, thank you so much for the raid, honey. Welcome, 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 welcome. Happy time zone. Welcome on in, honey. Mwah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to have you in. Welcome. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Thank you for the raid. Hello. Hi, Vio. Welcome on in. Hi. Hello. Good to see you. Hello. So good to see you. Hello. Hello. Hi. I got a flannel and shirt combo that looks like my main outfit. And I've been slowly getting my 90s stuff all together. Yeah. We love iconic outfits. Yeah. I think it's great. I think it's helpful when you have like I also find it really funny in terms of like outfits and like what people wear IRL. Like, it is very helpful because in the world of VTubing, you don't know what you could be friends with somebody for a long time and you have no fucking idea how they look like. And that happens to me at every single time I see VTubers in person. And even if I saw them in person before, sometimes I need to see them a second time to remember because you like barely see their face like ever. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So it's helpful when you wear something a little identifiable. That maybe, if you're in the know, If you're comfortable with that, obviously, if you want to stay incognito, that is totally your prerogative and you're totally entitled to that. But if you want people to know who you are, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Hi, Luda. Thank you for coming in. So, anyway, we have some more about design and stuff. There was so, so sweet. What is this face that I'm making? Look at this. What the fuck? um, So anyway, so that was that, and then that's it. You can clearly hear my voice going. You can totally hear my voice going. You can totally hear it, and it took so much throat coat. It's doing a lot better today. Once again, my cartoony ass face. Uh, another. So anyway, we had a wonderful time. It was great. It was wonderful. Throat coat. Yeah, throat coat is an actual tea name. Thank you very much. Before you get ahead of yourselves, it's an actual tea name. Hi, Misfit. Welcome on in. Hi, honey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here, I'll let this play. I'll let this play. Oh yeah, Nintendo did come by the booth. Nintendo was there. Was with. My hair has main character energy. You see the little tail that's peeking out from the back of my bun? One of my bobby pins went loose. Hi, Allie. Yeah. What for Frank? Thank you for tier one. Thank you. Mwah. Hi. Hi. Shower. Thank you for tier one too. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh man. Guys, you have no idea. It was such a special weekend because it was such a cool environment. It was a very, very cool convention. VTubers have been a newer part of the con, but it's been around for a minute because cosplayers really take a lot of pictures. It was really, really fun. I will say so outside of boot stuff this weekend. Um, let me go over here. No. Where is this? I'm going to play. Where is this? Right over there. Ah, yeah, yep, 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 yep. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Yay. Mm. Yeah, get all you cuties back up here. Get back up here. Yeah. Here we go. So basically, hello, Beige Boy. Yes, this was the USS Hornet. This ship. Although by the end of it, I would have called it USS Hornet because there was a lot of hot VTubers on it. But besides, so listen. Not all my jokes are winners. It's okay. This is a much safer place than being a stand-up comic. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, not all my jokes are bangers, even though I like to. So, but what were some other fun things that happened this weekend? They had. Oh, I realized that there's no. Oh, whoops. There we go. So. Who? So I met the lovely Melly Grant this weekend. Do you know who Melly Grant is? She's a voice actress. Do you know that the USS Lala Tata? Oh my god, I'm writing that down for next year. The US Lala Tata. Um, the USS Lala's pee pineapple pizza. Okay, so anyway, I met this wonderful voice actress this weekend. Her name is Melly Gran, also VTuber, Melly Zond. They are the voice of Catalyst and Apex, and we spent lots of time together this weekend. Basically, our duo became a trio. And the three of us spent a lot of time together this past weekend. Hi, Rain, welcome on in. And then we who else did I spent a lot of time when I wasn't with Melly, or most of the time I was with Melly, I was hanging out with the entire Socks crew, Socks VTuber agency. So Flork, Yomi, all those cutie patooties, and got to know so many of them, and it was lovely, and I was laughing so much this entire weekend that my voice was hoarse. Sorry. My voice was hoarse because I was laughing so much. I had such a great time. Um it was just a really lovely weekend. It was like there wasn't like a major VTuber crew, but there was enough. Zentreya visited the booth, which is really nice, with Oscar. I believe she showed it off on her stream with Sigrid and Bird, and they came by and said hello. I saw Isa Corva and Deriva Cat, and they are such incredible singers. I've always been a really big fan of Isa singing, but especially seeing her live, like, you know how sometimes you're like, oh, well, maybe this cover, like they did a lot of post effects on it to make them sound pretty decent or whatever. Like Issa and Kat, they're like the real deal. They're such fabulous singers. They're so incredibly talented. I was like, wow. And I actually got this video. There was like this teenage girl who she was like freaking out and dancing on the floor like she was at her own like Miley Cyrus concert, except her Miley Cyrus was Issa Cuerva, and my heart was so full. It was so cute. It was so adorable. Yeah. Hi, Mika! Hello! Hi, welcome, welcome. Well, I took a picture of me and Blaze because of our Lucia's shirts. Oh, I love it. I loved meeting the crab cakes. It was so cool. And now Lucia and I are interacting so much more. It's so cool. I love when communities can bring creators together. I think that's so neat. It's so cute. It's so cute. Um, I will say that um so in terms of our most popular items at the booth over the weekend, it was a lot of our acrylic product. So people love the keychains, they love the standees. We sold out of like the solo standee. That was an OG like merch item. Um we sold out like or we're very low stock of most of our stuff. And the one thing that didn't really move was the Greaser Gremlin plushies. And so I did want to talk to you all about it, but as you'll see, I've been utilizing I used the feedback channel in the Discord the other day. And if you're not part of the Discord, please, I encourage you to join the Discord because I do while I was on this movie, it was very difficult, but we do host community nights. I do read the Discord. I see everybody's lovely messages, and I actively ask for feedback. And I want your feedback because I use that feedback to make certain choices, right? Like for instance, we were just asking, what is some of the merch you'd love to see? And so that's really, really helpful for us when Gloria and I are thinking about what's gonna be coming next. And that being said, I I've been thinking about our community identity, so to say. I've been thinking about that, and I've been I'm gonna ask this in the Discord, but I wanted to kind of see if you are happy being called Grease for Gremlins, if you feel like it's too complicated of a concept, because there may be either a total rebrand of the community identity or just a redesign. And I think that all kind of depends on all of your feelings about it because I want it to be something that's really strong and resonates with all of you so you feel like you are visually represented within the diner. And so we are kind of thinking about that. And because my community is everything to me, I couldn't even be able to dream of having a booth if I didn't have your loving support. So, um, that's something I'm going to be asking about, and I would love to have your honest notes and feedback. It's not a problem. I know sometimes people are afraid um to give their opinions, but if I'm asking for it, I love to have it, you know. Obviously, I ask for it to be constructive. Just saying, "Oh, it fucking sucks," does nothing for me. Saying something fucking sucks doesn't do anything for me. You can say, this isn't working because X, Y, and Z." Okay. X, Y, and Z, fill in your reason. Don't actually type X, Y, and Z. I have to clarify this because I know one of you is going to do that and while you giggle and retreat into the shadows. So, yes. Hi, Thoma. Welcome on in. Hi. Thank you. Thank you. Will there be a Lala plushie? There was a Lala plushie. We launched it with Makeshift. We did that in the fall of 2024, and then they came out in like 2025 and got shipped to people in the spring of last year. So this year we're doing a Gambit plushie, and listen, not makeshift. U2's said depending on how successful this campaign is, because there is a threshold that they gave me that it's like, if you hit this, then guaranteed we're gonna work with you again. So I'd love to. I'm gonna probably do a little counter so we can count how we get to that, because I've loved working with you two so much, and Chelsea, who's been my partnership person who I've been communicating with at U2's, like she specifically, because they go out of their way to really select creators that they really resonate with in terms of their stuff. So I didn't reach out to U2's. U2's reached out to me, which is a huge, huge honor and super cool. And so I wanted to go really well, because then we can do another Lala plushie. So I think that'd be really great, because I really love working with them. Yeah, and I think the makeshift and you choose are wonderful companies. Like in terms of the product, you are absolutely getting the product you pay for. I have received multiple plushies, not only obviously my own, but I've received multiple plushies from these two companies, and they are absolutely solid. The quality of the craftsmanship of the plush, the details, the care, the packaging, everything is so wonderful that I really don't, somebody has to really like sweep me off my feet to want me to work with a different company for plushies, because they're really fantastic. Mm-hmm. Oh, be friends, thank you so much for tier 1. Mwah! Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you're saying create your own Sonic OC Grease Gremlins? I think it's I don't know, cuz uh it's like for instance, so the Greaser Gremlins, so originally, so here's some lore for, depends on how long you've been a part of the community. But actually the very first community name was called the Pit Crew. It was Miss Lal and her pit crew, because my branding had a lot of cherries, and I love the idea of like a pit crew. They come, they like can help you and uplift you and get you like and keep you going on your journey. And so it's like, oh, like cherry pit and then pit crew. But then I realized there's probably some confusion, because I'm not a racing thing VTuber. I may do a racing design in the future at some point, but that's not like the core branding, right? So it's like, and a couple of times there were people who are like, we're just your gremlins, like because of behavior and whatever. And I was like, you are my gremlins. Like people say I'm a gremlin. I was like, my community is the gremlins. And then they're like, yeah, what if we were like little greasers hanging out at your diner? I was like, oh my God. So that's how it kind of came to be. Right. And so it's kind of stuck. But I do think visually, it's been kind of hard to nail down something that is, I wanted something that reflects everybody. I didn't want it to. That's why there's femme-mask versions of the Gremlins or whatever. Because I don't want anybody to feel like they can't see themselves in this community. I really pride myself on making sure the door is open to everybody, as long as you're respectful and not a piece of shit. I know it's crazy. I feel like that's a very simple standard. Be respectful and don't be a piece of shit. Wild concept, wild concept, apparently. So anyway, so that's where that came along, and so now I just been thinking about it, and slowly kind of being mindful of it or whatever, and getting some feedback from professional colleagues and friends, and noticing responses to certain things. So that's why. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. So that I'm gonna Oh, let me actually I finished my drink. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna move this camera. I'll be right back. Hold on. Let me go get this. Oh, shiny lights. Here, just look at Gambit. Look at the adorable boy, huh? Just look at him while I go grab some more water. gun bait. He's so cute. Nah. Yeah. Ow. Sorry. Ooh, how does this perspective make you feel? Um Okay, so we have so let me see. Thank you for that. I got my Wawa now. Also, hi Port. Hi Port. Welcome on in. I love being called a greaser gremlin because I'm actual chaos gremlin, so I feel like it fits. My words would mean since I am semi new to this. Oh, Ezekiel, I take all kinds of. We love the feedback, so please don't feel like you can be new or it doesn't matter. It don't matter. I bought my makeshift plush. I like it. She's been, oh yeah, I'm glad you like your makeshift plush, Beach Branch. The only immediate thing I could think of as an alternative to greaser grams would be Diner Dominoes, but we can always spitball more ideas. Don Don said that you could be my soda pops. There's also the soda jerks kind of thing. Um, the Marty McFly greaser gremlin. Time travel and see the goblin finger flavor throughout time. Hey, Galen, welcome on in. Miss Oliver Pit Crew's so good. I do love a greaser thing. Me too. Little greaser rats. Maybe it's just the greaser and the grisettes. You say your pit crew consists of gremlins, non-union scab gremlins who throw shoes at. You can have your pit crew consists of gremlins and you have non-union scab gremlins. I love that there's like the lore keeps on going deep. I love that the gremlins have their own incredible lore. Scab gremlins! Scab gremlins! Mm-hmm. Hype, yap, yap. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I think Lala Dino mints have potential. Oh, they sure do. They sure do. Little mints for the diner. Hi, Morgan. Welcome on in. Hello. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Hi, everybody. My name is Miss Lala. I'm a 1950s dino waitress VTuber serving up fun in the 21st century. Today, we're just catching up and yapping. We were talking about CarrierCon, which was this past weekend. We brought the diner to life, and we want to continue working on that as the cons go by. So we were just talking about that and different things. But welcome on in. I hope you had a wonderful time with your community, Morgan. Yeah, we're just vibing. You're more than welcome to raid and run, and you can also stay. Up to you. Also, Soundwave, thank you so much for tier 1. Mwah! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so maybe here's the thing. Like, I do feel like there is something really fun about. I will say there's something really fun about I love a greaser theme. I feel like a greaser theme makes a lot of sense, but maybe it's still greaser gremlins, but maybe it's just the a redesign of it. Maybe greasers just make a lot of sense. I agree. I love the idea of like a bunch of greasers hanging out. You know why? It's because greasers not only are they like they got like a sense of personality and they're kind of like the loyal group in the block, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like a little gang greasers. But literally, like, greasers hanging out at a diner just makes so much sense. And I love that it's like this collective group of misfits that kind of hang out because I feel like that's pretty representative. You know what I mean? We have everybody from all over who like identify like with this as a safe, cozy space. And I love that. A safe, cozy space that has tons of dick jokes, which I think, in my opinion, contributes to the cozy nature. But, like, don't ask a scientist or anything. You want the greasers to say, yeah, me too. Okay, okay. So maybe it's just that. Maybe it's something simple. I would stand by the booth in my leather jacket, my DA haircut, and a candy cigarette. Yeah. If we're all playing World of Warcraft together, we'd be goblins, not gnomes, so definitely greasers. Greaser poodles? Yeah, soda sippers. Yeah, I think greasers. Yeah, I think greasers definitely needs to stay. I think I just need to work out what that looks like. Maybe. Where it's maybe a simple unisex cohesiveness. Maybe. Mm. Something for me to think about. Because of course, like once I feel like that's really locked in, then I would absolutely make sure that the reason why this means so much to me is I want to have physical representation of my community at the booth whenever that happens. So it really means a lot to like work that out, you know what I mean? So I think it'd be so cute. You can make Greaser Gremlin Switchblade clones. Shut up, UGB. Stop looking at my merch stream list. I'm not even kidding. So here's the thing, like I could just tell you all the million ideas that we've written, uh, and you could see all the things. Hi, Lade, welcome on in. Hi, Lady Rosebug. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, no, I'm not gonna say anything. It's got to be a surprise. Although I'm like so excited, I could tell you all the million things. Like literally, I have a very long document where we have done research. We didn't want to launch any new merch at CarrierCon because we were first trying to see if this booth concept was going to work at all. I wasn't going to spend a lot of money without knowing, because so just to go to show, the booth happens because like you show up and have supported this stream. Like I put most of the money, like literally like 90% of whatever money I make from content creation goes right back into it. So the booth is also thanks to all of you. This sounds like a fucking PBS ad. Like, and thanks to you, now the diner has been brought to life with your generous contribution. That's what I fucking sound like, but it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. I really do reinvest all this stuff. Uh, you know, I reinvest it into what I do, and so it really means a lot. And so take a Lala. It's a Lala 2 holiday for fun for you and your whole family. Just don't look in the freezer. Yeah. Do a song and dance number with the gremlins. Shh. Stop. 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 I have lots of ideas, guys and gals and non-binary pals, okay? I got lots of different ideas. I can't show you them all because then you're going to be like, there's going to be no element of surprise. From merch ideas to content ideas. Oh my God. I don't think you're ready for this song cover. I know that I mentioned it. It's happening. It's just very involved. You know why? Because I'm not doing a song cover and it's just what it is. We're doing like an animated music video. And we're doing mixed media animation, and it is really cool. And originally I was hoping for it to come out in January, but now it's really taking on such a life of its own and it's looking so cool. And I really want the artists that are working on it to have the time to do what they need to do. So originally I was trying to aim it for May for a launch, but I don't want them to feel really stressed. And so I'm hoping, crossing fingers, that maybe we can debut it for my birthday in September. In September, people, in September. But it is so cool. Cause you know me, I don't know. I got all these ideas and I always want to do kind of crazy stuff. I want to do something that's new and exciting. And it's always a risk, and you don't know how people are going to respond to it. But I'm very grateful that people have been very interested. Yeah. Pancake! Hi, honey. Welcome on in. I wish. Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. If we see each other, God, give me a big old hug leg. You gotta give me a big old hug leg. Mm-hmm. Oh, thanks, Allie. Lurkers are always welcome. You know that. Yeah, I think right now, we're gonna try. We don't know what the plans are for the diner yet. Like, I mean, I say I don't know because nothing is concrete signed in terms of where we know next. We have goals and people that we're having conversations with, but we don't know exactly which one is gonna go through. I would love to bring the diner booth internationally, but it would have to be at a, it'd have to, that's something that has to really be worked out, which is a very complicated setup. So, needs to be really, really worked out and figured out for that kind of thing. And we need staff and volunteers and all that stuff. So, vintage style lipstick case. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, yeah. I love that. Yeah, yeah. It's not my birthday, Sophie. Damn it, Sophie, it's not my birthday. But yeah, it's a lot of ideas. We're cooking, we're cooking. Um, okay. Okay. So no, don't say anything. Because if I tell you, let's see, it doesn't matter because I will leak things if it feels more concrete. How about that? Someone let's just get our pain in the behind. Well, they're also a pain in the human hind too. Bees don't only have pain in their derriere, for clarification. Can I put this invite in yours? Is the one for? Oh my god! Oh my god! So yes. Oh my god! I forgot that you're the person who works on the wiki. Yes. Oh my god! Thank you so much. Yes, of course. Oh wait, wasn't that something that dropped while I was on this movie? That there's like now a VTuber MySpace or a new VTuber wiki or something? I forget. I forget. Mm. Hi, man. Welcome on in. Yeah. Oh, if you tried putting a link, yeah, it's not gonna pop up because we don't allow links in this chat. But there was like two different sites. I remember some people talking about like a new like VTuber wiki site and somebody and then another thing that felt like it was MySpace. I could totally be wrong, but but yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so like I'm still over the moon by how wonderful the it's great. We're trying to cook really hard for the next time we make big thing. Bakaru collects info from other sources like WikiV. Oh, so if you put on one of those sites, it like feeds that information to that site. Not the VTuber period tracker. Also, here's the thing. Oh, well, I don't want to get into that. I'm just coming off of the hump of dealing with my own shit. I don't need to get involved into any other discussion. Oh, that was interesting. I will say there was one person who came up to me at CarrierCon. I will say there was one person who came up to me at CarrierCon and they said, Miss Lala, it's so nice to meet you. Total sweetie pie, this person. And they're like, I am so sorry with all that drama you dealt with. And I was like, what drama? I was like, what drama? I honestly forgot. I was like, which one? Which drama? Which one? I don't know what's. And they were like, oh, with the thing on what you tweeted, and then the horrible response that people. I was like, oh yes, I forgot that happened. I forgot because so much has happened since that had happened that I was like, oh right, that did happen. Um, And it was so interesting for somebody to say that, like, to be like, "Oh, I'm really sorry this thing, that drama happened to you." And the reason why I say that is because sometimes you talk about things and you really don't know if people are cognizant or whatever. But it was like when I was at TwitchCon and I met people, people had expressed, they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about your miscarriage," or whatever. And it was like the same thing. So, it's just interesting in terms of like, you're like, "Oh, wow, people really do retain certain things, whatever." And I was like, "Oh, this is surprising." And oh boy, when all that stuff was happening in January with all that stuff on social media, uh, I mean, I literally, stuff was happening. I had technically a second miscarriage. I didn't know I was pregnant. It was similar. It wasn't as emotionally devastating because I just didn't know what was happening with my body. And I'd gone through it once before. And so it's just crazy to like, I don't know. I feel like people, it just shows the level of empathy. Like I was just surprised at the level of empathy that people will have for somebody they don't know. And I think that's very, very nice. Yeah. Too booked a bit. Listen, I will say, yeah, I will say that. Oh my goodness. I will say it was so crazy because I think I saw a picture of somebody that took a picture of the booth, and they're like, "This was really cool," and then because I was looking for pictures, I was looking for pictures of the booth on social media to see if anybody like took pictures so that I can save them as examples for trying to pitch to different conventions. And then I was like, "Oh, I can't comment on this thing," because I was going to be like, "Oh my god, thank you so much for taking a picture." And then they took a picture of the booth, but then they were like, they blocked me. They blocked me from all this shit in January, I guess, and I was like, "Oh." But like, it cracks me up because it's like, it cracks me up. It cracks me up because they're like, "Wow, this is really cool, but fuck this person." I was like, you know, I was just like, "What?" I was like, "I don't listen. I don't care. It's fine." It was just so funny. Like, for instance, I can talk about this. The movie I designed, the movie I designed, the uh, the lead actor in the film, the lead actor that I was just working with for 2 months was John Leguizamo. And he's a lovely, lovely human being. Adore that man. Probably one of the top 5 talent I've ever gotten to work with in my entire career that I just adore. Just a wonderful person. And, you know, where we were shooting, there was some people who ran local businesses, and one person posted a picture, uh, and of him, like taking a picture with him, because we were shooting at their location, and it got into the local paper and the local paper's Facebook page in particular. And so I looked at the Facebook post, and John Leguizamo is incredibly vocal politically and socially. He's very, very vocal, and and uh John is definitely someone who like gives back to the community, and he's a wonderful person. Um, and all the comments on this post were just so nasty. "Oh, I hope he gets deported, has been, blah, 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 blah." Nasty, nasty, nasty comments, right? But they're the same people that will ask for his picture in the street because he's a beloved celebrity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so crazy. Like, it's the same people being like, "Fuck that guy," but like, "Can I have an autograph?" Like, and like it cracks me up. It cracks me up. Um, it cracks me up. It makes me laugh so much. Because it's like, Martin. Steve Martin. Steve Martin said, "Be so good they can't ignore you." And it's in those instances that I really feel that, and I can't help but laugh, where it's like people can't help but like you because you didn't do nothing wrong. You know what I mean? People want to do pomp and circumstance online. It's very easy to be whoever you want online, to say whatever you want online. But then to be faced with that person face to face and be able to have a conversation and be like, it's like you can't understand that somebody isn't curling their mustache like a villain and being as nefarious as you paint them in your head, and they're actually just decent people. It's very funny to me. Hi, Bean. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. So I think it's so I think, I will say, um because I will say, when all this stuff had happened in January, I did reach out to the convention. I was like, I do feel like I may need an escort when I go to the panel room, this and that. I just don't. And then by the time this convention rolled around, I forgot any of that had happened. Which it's interesting, but it was a good time, and I'm very happy to have gone to CarrierCon. I'm very grateful to have done so with Gloria. Gloria was wonderful. It was our first time really deeply working together, and so happy that she's part of the Diner family, and the staff. And I hope that our next adventure that we embark on is going to be a very successful, and we'll see where it's going to be. I hope it'll be at OFCI. It'd be really great, but we have to work some things out. Yeah. Sounds girly, but if you schedule another. Ooh. So I have to say, speaking of Lala After Dark, so at the beginning of the year, I was going to launch the Blue site. I was gonna launch that, but then I got this movie, and my whole life went on pause. With the exception of CarrierCon stuff moving forward, because I was just literally 18-hour days, and I wish I had my weekends off, but I really didn't have my weekends off. And I'm not gonna spill tea here because, but there were certain things that happened that didn't need to happen on the show, where I could have had a lot more free time, but it didn't happen. So that being said, now that I am back home and I'm back in the diner, things are back to normal. I think by this summer, finally, we'll be able to open the diner after dark. And on top of that, some other cool developments too. So there you go. Yeah. Bye, Allie. Bye, honey. Bye. Bye. Have a good eep. Bye, honey. But yes, I was able to talk a little bit about it this weekend um, at the convention. Because, for clarification, I love mid century pinup. As an art form, I love the history surrounding it, all this stuff. And so, that's more the lens that I wanted to navigate this. And also, I used to perform burlesque. So I'm wanting to maybe go back to that a little bit, right? So, but in a way that makes sense for this new life that I've been living. So, but new things will come in time, and now I'm back, I got to work all those things stuff. So it will be a mix of model and IRL. I hope to be, I really hope to like dive back into my love of like pin-up modeling and things like that. You know what I mean? So things to come. So you'll see, you'll see, you'll see. Um, but I'm trying to think of what else. It was such an involved week in CarrierCon. So I guess now it's on to MagicCon, and then on to anything else in the future, and we'll see how it all goes. Um, but really, it's been great. I have to build up my streaming, how do you say, endurance again, because My throat is still recovering from this past weekend. Um, so today I'm not gonna be doing a crazy long stream. Slurpee, thank you so much for your sub with Prime, honey. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so I hope that with the once I get back into it, I'll be able to. But I'm wanting to slowly recover this week. I sound a lot better than I did last week, and by the end of Sunday, I was already like, like I sound like I smoked like 10 packs of cigarettes. You know what I mean? I was like, my voice was totally cooked. I needed to make sure. And so I'm trying to get my voice recovered, trying to go back to my bubbles. That was one thing that was really bad about. I didn't get to do my bubbles or my nebulizer on this movie, and so I have to really get back into the habit of my bubbles so that I don't have to have surgery and all that stuff. And I made new voice actor friends, so I have more support in terms of how to take care of my voice. I'm not used to doing that. So, yeah. I am still on bubble duty. I did some bubbles before stream, so I'll do some bubbles right after stream too, but I definitely wanted to I wanted to tip yep 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 yep. I had to do some more nebulizer. I didn't get to do much today, so but that's pretty much it. Oh, bubbles, if you don't know what bubbles are so I have nodes on my vocal cords, and so I was in vocal therapy. I actually took a big break from vocal therapy these past few months because I was traveling for work. And it's one of the exercises I have to do is like, for instance, if I stream for 6 hours, that means 3 hours in, I have to do what's called bubbles. And it's technically straw phonation. So I blow bubbles into a little cup and it helps my vocal cords, be strong and stuff like that. And so everyone knows about bubbles because usually. Usually I will do it on stream on the mic, so you get like 5 minutes of bubble ASMR once a stream. Usually, I'm not doing it today because I don't need to do it today on this stream, but we'll go back to business next week. So that's what the bubbles are. And then I usually have to take like a little bit of a vocal break when I'm streaming. Um, so these are all things that I'm learning. These are all things that I'm trying to figure out and navigate because it's all kind of newish, and yeah. So we're making it work one little thing at a time, one little thing at a time. Yeah, yeah. So that's what that is. Uh, wow. You're not the first. Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, I'm not. Before I started streaming, like, I never had to really worry about my. I never had to really worry about my vocal cords, right? And then I started like in the fall last year. It was really bad. I ended up getting so sick because of how ragged they had run. I ended up having this condition. I forget the name of it. Um, but it basically felt like I had laryngitis and bronchitis. Like it was really, really bad. And it was just because I'd run myself so ragged. And then I went to a doctor, and the doctor like showed me that I had developed nodules. And if I hadn't taken care of it when I had taken care of it, I would have needed surgery. And so I started seeing a vocal therapist within that office. And then I eventually was able to get my voice ended up being a lot better. But then with this movie, I was away for 2 months working on this movie, 2.5 months, and it was this schedule was very daunting and very demanding. So I found myself not being able to take care of myself as much as I'd like to. And then I had the convention. So now I'm trying to take really good care of myself. Yeah. Koki. Oh yes, yes, yup. I remember that. I remember that. Yup. Mm-hmm. Sure do. Um, but yeah, so I gotta make sure I kind of build up my tolerance again. And make sure that I don't lose my voice too much because it's very important. Yeah. But yeah, so that being said, let's see. Oh, how long have they been streaming for? Okay, cool. I very cool. Okay. Cuz I was going to try and stream for a little bit longer, but I'm going to ooh, but I think I'm feeling the strain, and so I'm gonna want to take a little bit of a voice break. But I wanted to at least touch base. You know what I mean? So I think the next time I stream will be Monday, I hope. I hope. Yeah, I hope. Well, on here, I think tomorrow I'll be hanging out on Porcelain Maid's channel. Which are very exciting. If you don't know Porcelain Maid, this is let's see, shout out to Porcelain Maid. Did I do this right? Is it this? How do I Porcelain Maid? Yeah, there we go. Horatius! Hi, hello! Hi, Horatius, welcome on in. So we'll be collabing with Porcelain Maid mañana. It'll be great. And I have to double check the chiming, but I'll make sure that it's in the Discord. But yeah, I'm also still really jet lagged. I thought I'd be recovered by now, but I'm not. So make sure to yeah, same. It's so good to see you, Horatius. It's so good to see you. It's so good to. I hope you and Willow are well. I hope you're both well and hanging in there. But yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, it's been good. I'm going to you know, I'm gonna raid somebody. Big car repair. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm having to deal with my car stuff too. Actually that was so crazy on the it was like one thing after another when we were going up to CarrierCon. Like the car battery died the morning we were driving up. Oh, it's just so much. So much happened. So much happened, but happy that overall the con experience was good. I'm sorry to hear that you're dealing with that, Horatius. Yeah, something's in the air or in the season or something. Okay, so I would like to how do you say? Um I would like to raid this person who our our community paths had crossed. I know. I'm so sorry. I know today was a shorter stream. I'm still getting back into it all. I wanted to at least share the adventures. There's more to come. I'm just so happy and honored that people were so positively responsive to everything. Once again, make sure you're signed up for YouTube's mailing list so you know immediately when the drop is live on April 3rd for the Gambit plushie. We're going to be keeping track of that. Starting in April, we are on the road to Partner Plus to make sure that we hit that split so we don't hit the gap, which will be great because every time having that split is so game changing worthy. So I really appreciate it. Here comes another year of us and trying to hit it. And what else? There's just a lot of stuff happening. And the minute that I know things, I'll let you know. Yeah. Um, the pie pie. Hi Ace. I know. I'm sorry. In the I'll make sure to how do you it's how you fucking say how you know I'm also I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I feel like, can you imagine? It's been go, 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 go for like 2 months, 18 hours a day. My weekends, 12 hours a day. Then I come back. I go straight to a con. That was wonderful. And so my body has just been like, like totally, totally like, you're catching up on like 2 months worth of rest this week, and then my mom's in town, and then I have family visiting, so the chaos has not stopped. But I'm very grateful. It's it is a very good problem to have, and I don't want to seem like I'm complaining. I'm very very honored. I will say, after doing the movie and immediately going to CarrierCon and being back in the VTube in space, I am so happy to be back here. I love this with every inch of my being, and it feels so good and so right. And um, my heart is a million times full. So thank you for the warm welcome back. I really appreciate it. Hi, Kono. Hi, Foam. Hello. We're actually wrapping up today. I'm doing a shorter stream just because I'm so tired. I'm exhausted and I feel my voice being strained, so I'm trying to give it a little bit more rest. But tomorrow we have a collab with Porcelain Maid. I'm gonna be on Porcelain Parlor and Tiefling. Thank you so much for sending your Prime. Mwah. Thank you for the pizza recommendation, Foam. Yeah, Foamy, we totally so the funny, okay, I'll say this briefly. You see, this is a problem. I like hanging out with you guys too much. I'm never gonna leave. Okay, one quick story. Okay, so we ordered delivery of this pizza because we were at the booth all day. There was no way for us to be able to like leave site, get food, and come back. First of all, they had 2 food trucks and the lines were long, and we're serving customers at the booth. So we ordered Postmates and we Postmated, and I was like, I don't know where to eat. And then Summer Hop was like, hey, by the way, Foam recommended this great pizza spot. You should probably hit them, take the recommendation. I was like, okay, great. Um, and um, so then she so then so then she sent me the information and we postmated the pizza, and then it's like bundled order. So I was like, oh, let me get some water, so that we have water to drink and we have it at the booth because we are having problems just leaving the confines of the booth. And so the order came, and volunteers helped me like bring the pizza onto the ship and like jugs of water and stuff. So then we have this giant pizza pie, and we're eating it, and we're having a lovely little time, chit chatting, having a bit of a break, and then people started coming up to us being like, "How much for a slice?" I was like, "Not for sale," and they're like, "Oh, but this is like a food booth, right? Why aren't you selling food?" I was like, "The food is for my fucking stomach. What do you mean?" No, this is role play. This is role play. You can this is the so actually, if you want, you could pay $10 and watch me eat this pizza. I believe they call it mukbang on the internet. So you can either have the diner experience or you can have the mukbang experience. But so, hey Katsumi, welcome on in. Good to see you. Hello. Hello, hello. So then we it was so funny though. And also Silverbolt, thank you so much for the rain, honey. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for coming through. We were trying to wrap up, but you know me, I can't fucking help myself. So welcome. Hello, honey. I hope you had a good stream. Welcome. So then we're like, no, this is our pizza. And so Gloria and I would be like, we're eating our pizza. Leave us alone, people. And then we started pouring ourselves water, into our reusable water bottles. But then there was an issue on the ship where like they had run out of water. People couldn't get water. So then people are seeing us pour this giant jugs of water into our water bottles, and they're like, "How much for the water?" And we're like, "We're not selling the water. The water is our water." And they're like, "But how much for the water?" I was like, "I just told you we're not selling the water." And they're like, "No, but I want the water." I was like, "Okay, I don't know what to tell you. There's bathrooms and toilets, man. I don't know what to tell you." And so apparently, uh, our role play was so good that people like there was a couple of times where people came up specifically asking us about food, and we didn't have food. And apparently, where they set us up is where they normally would have food stalls on the ship. So, adding extra confusion is that apparently people who are familiar with the museum and comes to events at the museum, where our booth was where sometimes they actually have food stalls, and so it just added more confusion to that. So, but it did give us some ideas. In order for me to sell food, I need a food license. It's like it becomes a whole complicated thing. And you have to see if it's even allowed at the venue. Then you have to see if local law. It's like it's a whole complicated thing. It's not as easy as like, let me just pull up a grill and start fucking making burgers for people. That's not how that works. But I was very honored that people loved the theming so much that they thought that we actually had food for sale. I thought that was adorable. Yeah, so it was great. It was great. Yeah. But we would in the future. I think in the future, maybe we're trying to listen, we're cooking. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Imagine if we can pull off a cool idea like that. But one step at a time. One step at a time. So we'll see. So we have to really work on the plans. Oh, Vincini! Oh, so nice to meet you. Oh, it's so nice.
Are you open? I'll have a Krabby Patty Deluxe and a double chili kelp fries.
I see you're recreating the booth experience for everybody in chat. Oh, it was so nice meeting you, Mancini. Oh, I love the Sox family. I love Sox VTuber agency everyone is such great people. I love them all. They're so lovely. So lovely. Mm-hmm. If you were ever on the West Coast and do a con, I like it without issue. Foodlanders for 25 years. Well, this con was on the West Coast. It was in Alameda, California. And Olaf Kai is in San Jose, California. So there you go. Hi, Eric. It was amazing. CarrierCon was amazing. It made my heart so full. I'm so excited. Guys, I'm never gonna be able to relax. It's too hard. I end up I like spending time with you guys too much. Even though I feel the strain on my voice. Oh, okay. One last story. No, fuck. Keep on saying one last story, and it's gonna be a 16-hour stream. Watch. No, I'm about. So is that it's on the same way as family vacation? Oh no. Well, oh, Foam, you missed it. If you're going to MagicCon Vegas, guess who has an official meet and greet with MagicCon? Yeah, girl, it me. I have an official meet and greet with MagicCon. Yippee! Yes, it is. It is on. I'll make sure to post the information. I got to post it on social. So many exciting announcements the past few days. But my meet and greet is on Sunday from 12:30 to 2 p.m. in Creator Central. So make sure to stop by and say hello. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry, Frankie. Okay, listen. Tomorrow I'm hanging out with Joel, and then back to business. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Regular operating hours. We're back to it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It feels so good to be home with my gremlins, with my greasers, and my greaser gremlins. But I'll make sure. Okay, so this is what I got to do. I got to make sure I put the Porcelain Maid collab in the Discord so you know what time it is tomorrow. And then I'm going to ask another feedback question. I want to know your feelings about community name and design and all that stuff. Thirdly, I will update the events in the Discord to also include when the plushie drops, and all that stuff. What else? Because you're gonna want to be paying attention because we're gonna be doing a giveaway of one of them plushies. So just saying, I'll make sure to put the MagicCon meet and greet info in the Discord. But yeah, and WeebCon. I will be appearing at WeebCon virtually. So if you are going, I will see you there. Make sure to stop by and say hello. And what else? That's it. That's pretty much it. Well, yeah. Yeah. Oh, but thank you so much, everybody. I had such a wonderful day hanging with you. Thank you for being so lovely. I adore you all so so much. I was actually gonna rate Lucia, but she finished her stream. So Lucia Krebs. Next time I'll rate her. But make sure I do this. Yeah. I'm gonna. Okay, so there's this really cool streamer. So there's this really cool streamer who I adore. Really cool VTuber actually. They recently re-debuted in February, and they are awesome. You know me. I love me an innovative concept, and creativity is my love language. And that and gifts. I love receiving gifts. I love presents. And I love kisses. And I love grabbing the butts and boobs at my friends. Anyway, the other love language I love is creativity and innovation and imagination. I love all those things. And this VTuber has it in spades. I think their concept is really fucking cool. They just recently re-debuted in February. Their name is Cherry Lemonade. And they're an abstract art VTuber. And their model is so neat and their concept is so cool. So I'd love for us to send some love from the diner to them. Um, so they're really cool, and I think you'll get a kick out of how they look. So let's send them some love. But I will let you know. I'll let you know about tomorrow. And I'll make sure to take care of all those other things. But otherwise, I'll see you next week, my wonderful darlings. I love you so much. It's so good to be home. Mwah. Thank you for the warm welcome back. It's so good to be back home, back here with all of you. So, looking forward to getting back into our shenanigans. Yippee! Good night. Okay, so we're gonna raid. Let's raid them. Shall we? Shall we? Okay. You know our raid message. You know the deal. Here you go, everybody. Besitos. Bye. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye.